Hi everybody, it's Joey, and I'm here to do a story time. Now, you probably can tell from the title of the video, because I already know what I'm going to name this. I'm going to name this Why I Want 2020 to End Already. I know I'm not being dramatic. Girl. So lipstick of the day is Celebrity Skin. Jeffree Star with Diamond Juice Lip Gloss from Jeffree Star on top. Okay. Perfume of the day is Fantasy by Britney Spears. And the eyeshadow palette, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, is Androgyny by Jeffree Star. Okay. So let's get started. So why do I want 2020 to end already? Well, it all started the night of New Year's Eve. So right after I filmed Bath & Body Works haul and the best of 2019. By the way, best of 2019, I want to include Blueberry Pie and Ciao Bella's Tiramisu candles from Bath & Body Works. I wanted to include those two for best of 2019. I forgot to include those. Those two candles were amazing. So, yes. So it started that night. So after I filmed the videos, I kept drinking. I was drinking like a fish. I had a glass of champagne, then I had another glass of wine, and then I had like 3 more glasses of that drink you saw. By the way, my video was demonetized because I had a drink in it, an alcoholic beverage. First of all, I didn't have a beer bottle. Like, it wasn't like, it was just a drink in a fancy glass. Like, I didn't think it was explicit content. But, I think someone flagged me, or YouTube flagged me for being, inappropriate for showing the alcoholic beverage. So my comments were disabled for that video. Whatever, I just wanted to add that into it. So I drank a few more drinks, and then we called an Uber, and I'm not gonna say who I went out with because I'm gonna talk a little negative about that person later on in the video, so I don't want to include who it was, but I did go out with someone, and we took an Uber to the city, and we went to the Ritz, which is a gay bar in the city. When I got there, it was like 11 o'clock at night, a little before 11. And I got another drink, and I kept drinking, and I started getting drunk. And I started dancing with a couple of people. I made out with a guy or two. Whatever. One guy was being weird. He was like whispering on me, "I come suck my you-know-what," and whatever it is. So I was just like, Then we rang in the new year, because on the TVs in the club, they had the New Year's Bowl dropping or whatever. So that happened, and they poured champagne for everyone at the bar, free champagne. I had a glass of that. And before you know it, I was really, really drunk. I just remember falling everywhere, and I was sweating. I was just like getting really hot and bothered, and I don't know. It was just a lot going on. So then the person I was with said he wanted to leave. So he went to the bathroom, and then I don't know what happened or why this happened, but I was supposed to wait for him outside of the bar. But I don't know how I stumbled out of the bar, and then I walked all the way to this other bar down the block called the Piano Bar. And I'd never been there before. And I was sitting at the bar, and I was so drunk. I'd never been so drunk in my life, honestly. And I was just like, I don't know what the hell happened, but I just started hysterically crying. I mean, it's embarrassing and it's shocking, but I just started crying, and I don't even remember what I was crying about. I just started crying, and I was hysterical. Like, I was causing the biggest scene on the bar, and I just was like hysterically crying, and these two girls at the bar were trying to console me and calm me down, but I was hysterical. Um, then my friend came back in, and he was like, "What the hell's going on? Like, why are you crying?" Like, and he thought I was faking it or something. He was like, "Listen, I'm gonna go home." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm really drunk. Like, whatever. Like, why are you gonna leave me?" So he left me, drunk, crying at the bar. I just thought that was wrong. That was just not right. You don't leave someone drunk at a bar, you know, especially when they're crying. Even if you think they're faking it or being dramatic, you don't do that. So I thought that was really messed up. Um, but I was just really drunk, and I stayed there for a good hour or so crying. I nonstop crying. It was just so embarrassing. So then I stumbled out of the bar, and it was this huge mob scene outside. Cops, ambulance, fire trucks. I mean, it was a whole swarm of. It was a scene. And there was a huge crowd in the middle of the street. I thought it was like a boycott or something. I don't even know. It was crazy. Um, and I just was like trying to stumble away from that. It was so chaotic. Then I ended up just trying to find a cab to go home. So I was just like knocking on every car door. I was like, come on, like, let me, could take me home. So finally, someone took me home. I actually found a cab rather quickly, if I remember, if I can remember it correctly. I did find a cab pretty quickly, but I was freezing cold. I don't know. So then I went home. I made some pizza and I went to bed. I went to bed. I woke up with a hangover. It was horrible. Then I was fine. I just had a hangover. But then the next day, I didn't feel right. Like, I don't know, there was something not right with this. I don't know, I just felt wrong. So I woke up in a deep sweat. I was shivering. I felt very nauseous. I had a huge migraine. This was January 2nd. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? So I went downstairs. I woke my brother up. I told him to make me toast. I couldn't even move. I couldn't do anything. I mean, I was like paralyzed. So I was gonna make me toast. Told him to do this. I mean, I was just like, I was literally like a basket case. So he's making me the toast. He's doing this. I get the thermometer out. I check my temperature. I have a fever, over 100. And I'm like shivering, I'm like paralyzed, I can't even move, I can't even talk, I'm like dizzy, like I was a mess. I went back to bed and I just kept sweating. I was sweating really bad. I was like, I don't know why I was sweating. First I was shivering like I was in the Antarctica. Then I was sweating like a pig, like it was in the middle of a desert. Like it was very weird. My body temperature was going all over the place. So I'm sweating like a pig and I can't stop sweating. I had to take a towel. My whole bed was drenched. It was really weird. Um, and then that subsided. You know, I took my medicine, of course, and I don't know, it was just, for several days, I was really, really sick. I was like, really, 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 really sick. And it was a couple of days ago. I started getting a little bit better, and this guy kept nagging me. He kept nagging me, oh, can I come over, can I come over, can I come over? So, but he was very discreet. He's like, please, I don't want no one to see me, I want no one to see me. I said, no one's gonna see you. It's just me and my brother in the house. Like, I don't want your brother to see me. I like, listen, he's not gonna see you, like, he's not gonna care, like, you're fine. He's like, no, I don't want him to see me, I don't want him to see me. I said, well, he's leaving anyways, so you can come over. So he came over, and I was starving. So I was making bagel bites. This was a couple days ago. I was making bagel bites in the oven. And he came over right when I was making the bagel bites. And, sorry, excuse me. And he wasn't ugly. He was cute, but I guess it was my bad for inviting him over while I was still kind of sick. But I did. I did want to hook up, but I wanted to eat first because I was hungry. So he was sitting there on his phone, like just like this the whole time. Like he was waiting for a bus. I was like, listen, I'm hungry. Like, what do you normally do when you meet up with people? I was like, I just go with the flow. You know, whatever happens, happens. It's okay. So like, listen, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna eat some bagel bites. Do you want some? You know, I offered him some. He's like, no, I'm fine. I was like, okay. So I'm heating up the bagel bites in the oven, and I was like, okay, well, I can't see right now. I don't have my contacts in, so I'm gonna go up and get my glasses. He's like, I'm gonna come up with you. I said, okay. So he came upstairs with me, and the whole time he's like grabbing his crotch and just being weird. So I didn't mind, like I knew why he came over. Like I'm not stupid. I wanted to, but it's just like I wanted to eat first. Like he could have waited like a few minutes. Like he could have had some type of patience. Like it didn't have to be right away. Like I don't know if he was expecting me to just jump his bones at the front door. I did give him a hug. So I'm in my room. He wasn't in the house for more than 5 minutes. Just keeping it real. So I'm in my bedroom, and I'm getting my glasses, and he comes in. He's like, oh, this is a nice room. I said, thank you. I said, if you were wondering why there's, like, a picture of a woman there with, like, 5 Bath and Body Works candles surrounding it, because it kind of looks like a shrine over there. So it's like, if you're wondering, that's my mother, and, you know, she died, like, a long time ago, so I just have that there for her. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, we're about to go downstairs, and he goes, you know what? I have to go make this phone call. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, go make the phone call and come back, you know, whatever. So he goes outside to make the phone call, and that was it. That was completely it. I didn't hear from him. So I'm in the bed. This is how I found out he was gone for good. I was in the I went back into the kitchen to make the bagel bites, and I heard the front door open. So like, and then, you know, when the front door opens, the house makes a noise like, oh, front door open, like the operator or whatever it says on the what's it called? You know, the alarm system. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to say his name, so I'm going to call him Kevin. Just call him Kevin. I'm like, Kevin, oh, Kevin. I'm like, oh, Kevin, is that you? So I go to the front door, and he's gone. He's not there. It was just the wind that blew the door open. So I went back into the kitchen, and I looked on my phone. He blocked me off Grindr. I was like, okay. So now I don't know what happened. Listen, I didn't look like this. I did look just disheveled, but I asked him, I told him, I said, I'm not gonna have no makeup on. He's like, that's fine. So I did warn him. I did say, I'm just getting over a cold. He still persisted to come over. So I'm just saying, like, I did tell him these things, and he still persisted to come over. I don't know if he was mad that I was taking too long, you know, but at the end of the day, I was hungry. I wanted to have my bagel bites. And I don't know what happened in my bedroom. He came up to my room, and then I don't know what happened. I guess he figured, like, okay, well, he's not gonna do anything right now. He really just did go up to get his glasses. And that was his cue to leave. Whatever. I don't know. I was planning on having sex with him, but he just flew the coop. I don't know what happened. So then, I mean, this has only been a week into 2020. I mean, this is ridiculous now. Then something else happened. So then, yesterday, I thought I was getting better. Something else happened. So, it was really late at night, and I decided, I don't know, I was just in bed. I was fine. Then all of a sudden, I started getting, like, I was, like, shaking, like, and it wasn't like when I was shaking in the morning I found out I had a fever. I was, like, I don't know, I felt weird. So I was, like, stumbling everywhere, and I'm like, whoa, like, I was like, what the frig is going on here? So I went into the kitchen, and I collapsed on the floor. Like, literally just collapsed. Like, literally like a murder scene. I just collapsed on the floor. And I'm, like, literally on the floor, and I'm, like, I feel like I'm having a seizure. I'm like, I felt very weird. I figured, like, shit, my blood pressure's probably low because I'm really hungry. So I'm, like, on the floor, I'm, like, on my knees. And I open up the refrigerator door. I managed to open up the refrigerator door, and I'm, like, just taking any type of food I could out of the fridge and stuffing it in my face. I'm like taking dip that my brother made, and I took chips, and I don't know, I just started like grabbing things out of the fridge. I was like grabbing random food, and I just was stuffing it in my throat, and I still was feeling weird. I was like, I literally was on the floor, like, just like going like this. Like, it was really bad. And I'm stuffing the food in, and I managed to pick myself up off the floor, and I just keep eating. And then I managed to stumble upstairs back into bed. And I started, like, feeling a little better. So I think I had very low blood pressure because I really didn't eat. So I ate a lot. I just was eating random shit. And I did feel a little better. I went into bed, and that's it. So basically, so far in 2020, I got really drunk, crying hysterical. Then I got really sick with a fever. Then I got kind of stood up by a guy who literally ran out of my house and just blocked me off of Grindr. And then I had almost a seizure in the kitchen. So, my 2020 has not been good so far, so I really, you can understand why the title is I Want 2020 to End. I'm not bullshitting you, like, this is why. It's been a rough year so far, and it's only been a week and so into 2020, and it's already been a really, really rough year. I'm hoping it gets better. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was only right when this clock struck 12 on midnight. The shit just started getting weird. So, I don't know if 2020 just has that bad juju. I don't know what it is. But I'm hoping it stops now. I'm hoping it stops. I finally did my makeup, and I feel a little bit better. And I'm going to go... I haven't been to work. I cold and sick for like the whole week. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And so I haven't even left the house in like a week or so. So I haven't left the house since New Year's Eve. I'm just keeping it real. So I'm finally gonna leave the house. I want to get my toes done, and then I want to go to the mall and just do some things just to get out of the house. I'm gonna go to the supermarket, get some food. Yeah. So that's the story time in the video I wanted to tell you guys about. It's been rough. It's not been easy, but you just have to just tough it out, I guess, and see what happens. I did apply to a couple of MTV shows. I applied to the new season of Are You the One? Yeah, I applied to that. And then I applied to some other show called Ghosted Me, because I had a friend that ghosted me and I wanted to get resolution. So I applied to that show. So I applied to a couple of shows on MTV. What else? Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to, like, keep busy. I wanted to start working out again, but then that whole shit happened. So I think I'm going to just, like, try to start working out very soon. Yeah. That's that. So I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, watching this. This is my first video of 2020, basically. It was the first video I'm filming for 2020. It's terrible that this is the first video I'm filming. Hopefully things get better. I will keep everyone updated on my feelings and everything. I'm trying to understand the reason why I was crying that night. It could have been a lot of different things. It could have been that I'm not used to getting drunk and I got really wasted. It could have been the living situation I'm in. It could have been few other things, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I really can't put my finger on what upsetted me that night. I just remember, like, being hysterical. So, yeah. Alright. I love you guys, and I hope you guys had a Happy New Year and enjoyed your New Year, New Year's Eve and everything. I didn't, but I hope you guys did. I love you guys, and bye.